Thank you, Yasmin. May I also start by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land, Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, and I pay my respects to them, their elders past and present. Your Excellency, thank you very much for your attendance tonight. You truly have made tonight a special event. We truly value that. To our co-hosts, the Honourable Victor Dominello and the Honourable Paul Lynch, again, thank you for your contribution and your ongoing support and getting behind a worthy cause. Our federal parliamentarians, the Honourable Jason Clare, Minister for Justice, Home Affairs and Defence Material, thank you very much for your attendance, and Mr Scott Morrison, MP, Shadow Minister for Immigration and Citizenship, Productivity and Population, thank you very much for your attendance. Our fellow state parliamentarians, Mr Mark Currie, MP, Member for Oatley, Mr Charles Caselli, Member for Strathfield, Mr Jonathan O'Day, Member for Davidson, Mr Tony Issa, Member for Granville, the Honourable John Ajaka, MLC, and the Honourable David Clark, thank you very much for your attendance and your contribution and your support. Mr Robert Furlow, Member for Lakemba, the Honourable Shaukat Musulman, MLC, the Honourable Helen Westwood, MLC, and the Honourable Fred Nile. Thank you very much for your attendance, and we appreciate your attendance. Ms Gülseren Çelik, the Sydney Consulate General of the Republic of Turkey, Mr Martin Welsh, Sydney Consulate General of New Zealand, and Mr Darren McKinnon, representing the US Consulate General, and Councillors Shane Mallard and Izzet Ahmed. Distinguished Imams, Bishops, Reverends, State Government Department Directors, distinguished guests from academia, media, councils, mosques, churches, synagogues, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you again to the annual Affinity Friendship and Dialogue Iftar Dinner. I also would like to read out a few apologies of some people who couldn't attend due to last-minute work commitments. The New South Wales Police Commissioner Andrew Scipioni, the New South Wales Police Deputy Commissioner Mr Nick Caldas, the Director General of Education Dr Michelle Bruniges, the Australian Human Rights Commission President Honourable Catherine Brownson, Dr Helen Zoak, the Race Discrimination Commissioner, and the Age Commissioner Honourable Susan Ryan. I also greet you with the Islamic greeting of Assalamu Alaikum, peace be upon you, and I say Ramadan Mubarak to you all. I also would like to take this opportunity to thank you all for participating in this annual event, and without your support and presence, this dinner would have no significance. I also would like to thank our co-hosts again from the two largest parties in New South Wales Parliament. This iftar program would not have measured up to the symbolic objective of being inclusive to everyone if it wasn't for their support. For Affinity, tonight is one of the most special dinners in the whole month of Ramadan. Firstly, tonight is a good reminder of how far we have come as an organisation. Our first Friendship Dialogue Iftar dinner was in 2001, and tonight it is our 12th and the 4th in our Parliament House. The pioneering idea of Affinity to host a Dialogue Iftar dinner, first held in 2001, became a good model for other similar ones to be staged. From the first New South Wales Premier's Iftar in 2004, our gift to this state, to the Iftars at universities, churches, Buddhist premises, to the home Iftars that some of you have already come along to, and to the bipartisan Iftar dinner at the Australian Federal Parliament, and also to tonight's Iftar dinner at the People's Parliament of New South Wales. The Muslim community has come a long way in the integration phase to the Australian society. It is great to see that Ramadan is becoming a month for everyone, not just Muslims. A month where old friendships are strengthened and new friendships are formed. Now we have many other Muslim and non-Muslim organisations who are hosting iftar programs in Sydney and throughout Australia. Just in Affinity, we are hosting 22 iftars during this month, and they are all interfaith and intercultural in nature. It is great to see that this sacred time for Muslims has now become a time where all faiths and cultures can get together to break bread. It really makes Muslims feel embraced by the people of Australia. Our objective from day one has been to have people interact with each other so that they could ultimately understand, accept, embrace and appreciate each other. At a minimum, at least be able to communicate with one another. Living in one of the most diverse nations in the world, and I believe the best country, it is essential we work towards achieving a harmonious society based on mutual respect. What we seek is quite valuable, and all things of value do not come easy. And as a society, we do need to work together. By society, we mean all members and units, including government agencies, NGOs, faith groups, schools and cultural organisations. Through dinners like these, the common denominator that binds us all together, our humanness, comes to the fore. Before too long, we realise that all of us want to share the same kind of world and leave a safe and prosperous future for all our children. That human touch makes all the difference for close bonding relationships. It is also important that people who carry the flame of hope, who stand up, who speak out, and more importantly, work towards social justice and harmony, that they do that in the utmost integrity. Just like Mandela did when he stood up and acted against injustice. Just like Gandhi did in a non-confrontational way to stand up against the tyranny. And just like Martin Luther King did when he outlined a vision that gave hope to millions. Similarly, we hear a voice from the Muslim world encouraging us to stand up and engage with society. His Eminence Imam Fethullah Gulen has been an inspiration to me, Affinity, and many Muslims around the world for his non-confrontational approach to resolving common issues of humanity, whether it be ignorance, poverty, or social justice. His antidote to these issues is to start with oneself. As he says, those who want to reform the world must first reform themselves. If they want to leave others to a better world, they must first purify their inner worlds of hatred, rancor, and jealousy, and adorn their outer worlds with virtue. I guess this is every peace builder's challenge. That is, to first be a source of peace, so that it overflows to those around you. You may have heard in our previous iftar dinners the universal proclamation of the great Mevlana Jalaluddin Rumi, as he is known in the West, and that is, come, come again, come, whoever you are. And you may have also heard from this very podium in a previous affinity function where we said, stay where you are, we'll come to you. However, our new chant is a hybrid Rumi and Fethullah Gulen line, which goes like this. Let's go out to the world together, side by side, and let there be no troubled soul to whom we do not offer a hand or remain unconcerned about. As society's peace builders, I believe this is our duty, our calling, our life's mission. Once again, I wish this special time of year for the Muslim community will open the doors of mercy upon all of us, and I greet everyone with the deepest respects. And before I say Ramadan Mubarak to you, I do want to acknowledge again the continual support of our fellow co-hosts, and we would like to make a special presentation to each one of them. I'd like to first call up the Honourable Victor Dominello to accept an appreciation plaque for his continual support of this iftar program, which I believe is a wonderful opportunity or wonderful platform to see so many people come together. And the Honourable Paul Lynch. Thank you again to all our sponsors, to all of you in particular for making tonight such a wonderful event, and we hope to see you again in the not too distant future. Thank you.